Okay. I tried this out because of Salamundo. So how do I even know if I'm live? Hold on. Let me see. I don't know. I don't know if this. I can't see anything. I only. Hold on. Oh, there you guys are. I'm using this new service here. I don't know if you can see this little widget thingamabob. Hello, everyone. Oh, there I am. Look at me. Look at me. Wow. This is dope. Okay. Can you hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Can y'all hear me? I woke up just in time. Okay, perfect. Peace. Hey, Nosy Bystander. Hi, Sharpie Fine Point. Oh, wow. I can see myself. So is that better? Does this look better? Guess we can hear you. Okay. I probably shouldn't cough, huh? Okay, so oh, I can add a banner. This is new to me. Celamundo, one of the nosy bystanders, sent me this or recommended that I use this streaming service, so I signed up for it. Oh, okay. What's private chat? Ooh la la. Okay. Is it better? Okay. I could see. I could. It's not high def because I'm using my MacBook camera, but I don't know how to do anything else. Like, I guess you can do other stuff with this, but I don't know yet. I'm just here to. Um, I got this too. I didn't eat. I didn't eat today. I've been very sad. Um, I'm having a very sad day, so I didn't eat. This is the only thing I've eaten today. That and I think I had a bowl of cereal at like 5 a.m. So, what is this? Software update. It's trying to authenticate. What software? Oh, sorry. It's Apple. They're like, oh, we have a software update. Oh, not right now, you don't. What's wrong? Nothing. I just have a long day. I'm just having a long day. Just want to confirm white thread. Yes. So I got the girl making me a hoodie. Um, I want to show you guys because it's so cute. It's very pretty. Oh, it's like basic. It's like very basic. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Can you see that? There's so much glare. How do I add the photo to here? I don't know how to do nothing on here yet. I don't know how to do nothing. Um, I wish I could add a picture to the comment section, you know. But here it is. It's kind of let me turn my brightness up. Can you see that? No, it's too bright. It's hard to look at. It's cute. I posted it in the community tabs. Okay, so let me read some of this. Hello everyone. So no, I have not posted part 4 yet. I'm waiting to hear back from 2 people so I can complete part 4. Part someone to complete part 4. So just so you guys know, so I will probably hopefully I hear from them tonight and I can post part 4 tonight just on YouTube and then I can post it on TikTok later. Um but someone had made a really great point. Someone stitched one of my videos, and the woman in the video said, "Oh, basically, you guys watched this, Cora Jake series," and then she said at the very end, which actually made me really rethink about part 4. And let me tell you what she said. So that's part 4 should have been out hours ago. But I'm waiting for it to hear from 2 people. But then also when I watched her video, it kind of just stopped me dead in my tracks. And she said, y'all, can y'all believe the shade room is being run by the Potter's house? I was like, wait a minute. Now, it's one thing for someone who's like overly zealous and religious to be connected to a religious church, to not want to post any salacious stuff about them. But then I sat there and thought, like, What if the shade room is run by the Potter's house? The shade room does post a lot of prayers from TD Jakes, or she could just really like him. But then they also be talking about other preachers, like really bad. You know, like when Jamal Bryant and Giselle was having that thing, the shade room was all over it. And then Kirk Franklin, it's like they really dig deep into these other pastors, you know what I mean? So what if that's like the Potter's house way of like throwing shade at other churches? I don't know. I was running with that theory all day. So I was just like, I'm interested. And now I'm really interested in digging into it a little bit, you know, like what if they do run it? Then what? You know, I know it sounds conspiratorial, which it is. It's now this portion is just mainly conspiratorial, but I was just in there thinking like, damn, what if this is conspiratorial, you know? You know, so I just had that was a running thought I had. Kind of want to go with it. Oh my. Hey Latifa. Let me see who's in the building. There's 63 of y'all in here. Let's see who's in here. Oh, what's up, Wu Chow? Beavers, Tay, Shay, Lita, Angela, Ramses. Oh, hold on one second. I gotta go to TikTok. Can you guys can't see my screen, can you? I don't want y'all looking at my messages. I've never used this before, so I don't want to make any mistakes. So I just go on my phone. That way I can protect my I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know if it shows you me on my computer. So I don't want you to like be all up in my messages and my contacts. Okay, hold on one second. And my emails. Okay, so let me just go to I'm just really sad today. Like I'm like having a very sad day. I don't know how to shake it. Because it's about a man, you know. Every time a man is involved, like it just puts everybody down in the dumps. And I don't want to sit here and shame men, you know, but it's like every single time you said we can't see your screen, flip your phone. Flip my phone like this. Oh, I see what you mean. Put my phone down. But I'd be like this. Um, Girl, it's a lot of us. That's what I'm saying. Can we just time out on the core Jake shit and can we just talk for real, y'all? Because these men be out here really like fucking your heads up for real, you know. And they make I was just talking to a good friend of mine today about it. I'm like, they make it really hard to like know what's real and what's make believe, you know. They you know, the real and the make believe, they seam it together so perfectly you just start to forget, you know, like it's like all your basic instincts go out the window. So I'm just like, you know, wow, for sure. For sure, yeah. And it's just like that's why I haven't eaten today. My eating has been really poor for the last like month, you know, like I mean, real talk, my eating habits have been really poor. Not like I'm eating a bunch of junk. I'm not eating probably enough caloric calories. I know for a fact that I'm not because I dropped a ton of weight recently. So like I know I'm not eating enough because when you know when you're stressed, you just want to like sleep and shit. But yeah, like because of men. I hate that they smell so good because if men didn't smell good, I promise you I'd leave them the fuck alone. I really would. I would leave men alone. Okay? I would leave them alone if they didn't smell good and look nice. So I'm being serious. If they didn't smell good and look nice, I wouldn't touch another man with a 40-foot pole, you know. But they do, and they get in your head and they mess with you, and you just be like, you know, what, huh? You know, you just be dumb. They be having you dumb for them, and then like, they get on my nerves. He said, smell girl is the same for me. Oh, is it really? You said that's what the side chick said to TD Jakes. Be smelling delicious. Girl, delicious. Delicious. And they be his nice smiles and stuff. You just want to backhand them. They make you so sick. Um, yeah. I'm not. You know I'm not lying. Y'all still going to New York? Yeah, we are. We still have our trip planned. It's just that he's just getting on my nerves, girl. He said, never expect less switches. No, he not two-timing me. You know, he's just be real. He's being real hard-headed right now. And I'm trying to help him and he's not listening. Somebody tell Jen to go to sleep. Who's Jen? Who's that? Girl preach. Raina. Telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you for real. They just be under my damn skin. I was actually in my one friend's live video today. I don't know if y'all know who she is on TikTok, but I wasn't in it. I just was watching it and commenting like you guys. Jen Lindy? I don't know who that is. Are they in here? Oh, here we go. Jen says, why did you create a nosy bystanders? You did that whole TikTok video saying how creating teams is shameful and influencers that do that only want to grow their own position. How is that different? Because being nosy is not a brand, Jen. That's not a brand. Being nosy is not a brand. There's no brand in it. I don't sell merch. When I I am getting a hoodie made for myself and nobody else. I'll send them a plug if they want to go get their own, but I'm not a brand. Being a nosy bystander is not a brand. It's just a title, you know? But I've noticed that you, Jen, have been I think you've been all over my TikToks, all over my YouTubes. I'm gonna tell you what I tell everybody on TikTok. I'm gonna tell you right here, and nobody block her or him. We don't block people. We don't mute comments. We don't delete comments. Okay. We don't do any of that. We don't do none of that. We just let people like you talk to yourself in an echo chamber. That's what we do. That's the whole goal of being a nosy bystander is. We don't pay attention to things that don't need attention to paid to it. Like you. You don't need anyone to pay attention to you. The problem that you have is that you are seeking attention because the people that you are defending wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire. You don't have access to TD Jakes. You don't have access to Cora Jakes. They would never notice that you were doing all of this stuff in the name of them on the internet. They don't know you exist. And the reason why you feel the way that you feel is because your entire life they told you, whoever they were, that you're a nobody. So you think that defending imaginary friends on the internet is going to get you some sort of notoriety or recognition. I promise you, on the next Sunday sermon at the Potter's house, they're not giving you an award. Nobody knows you exist except the 97 people in here and me. So you can either stick around and learn to think for yourself, okay? Or you can continue on your brigade trying to defend people who don't know you. It's up to you, okay? I can't make any decisions for you. You're a grown individual. If you want to go around defending people on the internet blindly who wouldn't even send you their cell phone number, have at it, Hoss, okay? But over here, we're not going to sit here and block you so you have something to feel defeated about so you can make another 20,000 pages. I'm going to tell you what the truth is. I'm not like these other people that you be spamming their comment sections. I'm going to talk to you directly. You are engaging in a parasocial relationship. A parasocial relationship is one-sided, where the one person knows that the other one exists and the other one doesn't. They don't know you exist. They don't know you're alive. When you die, they won't know you're dead. They won't send you flowers. They won't call your family. They won't pay for your funeral. They don't pay for your life insurance. They won't bury you. They won't do anything. So you have to look at this as right now. Is this how you want to spend the rest of your life, defending people who wouldn't send you a card to your funeral? That's really up for you to decide. So we're going to continue talking about what we want to talk about. You can hang out in the comment section. I got one moderator who won't block you. Okay. No one else is going to engage with you. No one else is going to comment to you. You're really going to be talking into an echo chamber. So good luck. Okay. Now for the rest of y'all, part 4 is coming. I'm really waiting to hear from 2 other people. Okay. About part 4 so I can tie it all together. this whole shade room debacle is only going to be these 4 parts. So that's why I'm waiting on it, because I want to make sure the way that I'm going to turn the story, or the way that I'm not turn the story, I'm sorry, the way that I'm going to tell the story is going to be seamless. Okay. So that's really what my goal is for a seamlessness. Okay. Um, and so, yeah, I want to get part 4 out today. It just might take a couple of hours, and I'm waiting for people to get back to me. Again, I don't know these people's time zone, so we just won't be able to see that. Sis, can we talk about the ability to captivate an audience, though? Talent. Thank you, Olivia. I just talk, you know what I mean? I just move my mouth and watch it go, you know? So I just you know, I just say what I say. But I will give myself this credit. I do believe that I'm a halfway decent storyteller. Like I think I can. I was taught again. I was in. If you guys know who Candied Capricorn is, she's one of my good mutuals on TikTok, and we were talking about that today about like content creators who have a hard time telling stories, and we weren't saying like, oh, Steph, you're a good storyteller. We weren't saying that, but I was thinking about it. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty decent storyteller. The reason why it takes me some time to be able to put the story together is because it has to be told right, and in order to be able to tell a story right, you have to have the right facts. You know what I mean? And so I wish I could explain it to you guys, but it's like in my head. Like I wish people always ask me, well, how do you do it? It's in my head. So it's hard to explain like what's in my head. You know what I mean? Like how did you know how to like weave it like that? I don't know. I just it's hard to explain. I wish I could, like, I teach every Sunday on Zoom, and every Sunday on Zoom, I teach a creator class. It's free. People just come, and it's free. And we just talk about how to help people create content, kind of like the way that I create it, because the way that I create content always does well. The numbers do well, So I just teach people how I make content, but I do it for free. You see, y'all calling that lady Jen? That's either Jermaine or Cora. Y'all need to stop. Leave her alone. You guys, you have to understand the dynamics of parasocial relationships. Like a parasocial relationship is a one-sided relationship. So an example of a parasocial relationship would be like BTS and their fans. Like the fans know BTS exists, like all the members, but BTS does not know they exist. And that's normally healthy. But when you have BTS armies of people who take down pages or get accounts banned because of their love for these people, that's when it becomes dangerous, right? When these people start to show up at their house, that's when it becomes dangerous. When those are the natures of parasocial relationships. So what Jen is engaged in, or I don't know if she left or not, but what Jen doesn't realize is what she's currently engaged in is a parasocial relationship. Parasocial relationships only happen to people who have these two specific dynamics: societal rejection, where society just doesn't deal with them, right? They can't seem to encapsulate themselves in society where they can be accepted, and social anxiety. So people who tend to lean more of their emotional levy onto the internet, right? Like they're on the internet and they feel safe there. They don't post content, pictures, nothing like that. So that is someone who might be a good example of a person who may suffer from social anxiety. People who engage or this is a good example of people who end up in parasocial relationships because they're on the internet so much. They tend to um, fall for certain people, right? Like their pastors or their favorite singer or their favorite actor. When the lines start to get blurred, right? Like when it goes from here to here and then it just mixes in, that's when it becomes dangerous. So people going across the internet spamming people like me or people like the Shade Room or people like anyone on the internet, like, why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? You're a terrible person. You should just, die. That is somebody who needs to seek real counseling, because those are not normal. Those are not normal byproducts of a person who's conditioned to like encapsulate themselves in society normally. That is considered abnormal behavior. And Jen doesn't quite catch it yet. That is abnormal behavior because it is counter to the norm. So it's not normal to do things like that. And Jen is one of them. There was a few people in my comment section like, why are you deleting comments? And just spamming that word. Why are you deleting comments? I said, I don't delete comments. That is between you and YouTube. Why are you leaving the same comment offensive of a person you don't know? and they don't understand that, Well, it's not about believing everything they see and hear. It's about these people thinking they're in a relationship with these people. That's what's dangerous about it. This girl Jen thinks she is a family member of the Jakes. And because she has this ideology that she's a family member of theirs, that's why she is engaging in the behavior she's engaging in, because she thinks she's family. Yeah. And that's psychological too, because a lot of churches do that. Like, oh, we're a family. So when people go against the family, right, then you defend the family. Why are they so invested? I'm not a clinical psychologist. I wish Dr. Diaz was here. She is. She's got the PhD. I wish she was here. She would explain all this to y'all. Because I deleted some of my comments. Why? I think it makes them feel noble. I think it makes them feel like they're doing their duty as a family member, defending the family. I listen. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think they're doing their duty by defending the family. Like I'm defending them. But the thing is when it's one thing to defend your family, right? Like defending your mom and dad, and then your mom and dad recognize that nobility from you, and reward you accordingly. It's another thing when you're defending complete strangers who don't know you. The TD Jakes family would never thank you for defending them on the internet, even if the situation wasn't this big. Life of Renee, you didn't miss nothing. I just got here. Hi, Steph and fellow BNs. BNs. Hey, Brown and Beachy. You said, hey, where's Cotton Eye Joe? Who's that? What's a Cotton Eye Joe? What is that? You said, what kills me is defamation of character. It's very real. You're smart. Yeah. So I'm not defending nobody. That's stealing, babes. I don't know what y'all talking about. Maybe I missed half the conversation. Moving closer to it. What do you mean? How's my connection, you guys? What does it look like? Is it, oh, let me just check it myself. Duh. Oh, I look terrible. Why is my connection? Ugh. Hold on. I'd be cracking myself up. Why is that? I'm just trying to check my connection. I'd be cracking myself up. Why is that? I'm just trying to check my connection. Hold on, y'all. And I'll get to your comments in a second. I don't know why my connection's like it says it's not. It says unstable. It shouldn't be. I'm not doing anything. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Yes, you're fuzzy. Yeah, it does look bad. Yeah, right? Hold on 1 second. I don't know why though. I don't know why it looks bad. I have the greatest, literally, I live by myself. There's no one in here who uses this internet. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm gonna try to fix my connection, okay? Enjoy this thumbnail. Isn't it cool? All right, hold on. Oh, hold on. I probably should mute myself. I don't even know why I'm talking. What I need to do? I need to go to my settings. Okay. You said it looks like you need to clean off your camera to me. How do you clean off your camera? Oh, what's up, Salamundo? Clean off my camera. No, honey. I'm not, there is no camera. It's just my lens. It's just my MacBook. I'm trying to check my connection. It's saying my connection's not stable, so I'm just trying to figure it out, which I don't get. Like I have a great signal. Oh, let me. I should get some music to the background. Oh, duh, I do have music. Oh, no wonder. I got all this stuff going on in the background. Okay, I think I figured it out. Oh, well, no wonder too. I'm gonna learn. Okay, y'all, hold on. I'm sorry. I was like, why is the movie so slow? Stephanie has like everything in the book open. I have podcast open. Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't got nothing else open here. Okay. Okay, I should my. Is that better? It also looks better, even from this end. So tell me if it looks better. You said don't play anything that's going to get you copyright struck. No, I was just listening to a podcast earlier. Okay, so Coral's dolls turned into the dolls from Tales from the Hood. I think I went to the movies to actually go watch Tales from the Hood, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I went to the movies to go see Tales from the Hood because I'm old, y'all. What does this mean? Show? It means show the. Does this mean show the? I'm learning this. I just got this today. Show. Oh, can you guys see this right here? Is this something you can see? Tell me if you see it. Hi Amber. Much better. You probably like my mom with 50 tabs open. I had a grip of tabs open. I had a grip of tabs open. I ain't even gonna lie to you because I'm so used to just working on my phone. Um, yes, you're pinning comments from the chat. Am I? Am I? Hold on one second. I just want to see something. I just want to see something. Okay. I'm just so mad today. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, I just don't feel like being live right now. But I like talking to y'all because y'all be getting me through some stuff. But like, I'm just like really upset right now, because you said all those tabs open will mess your connection up. Yeah, go figure, huh? Who knew? What's wrong? Men, honey. Men. Tracy, I'm just this. Show this comment. Men. I'm just trying to look for something real quick. I don't know why I still follow the shit. Okay, so now that my connection's better, you said men traffic and jobs will do that to you. Yeah. So now that my connection's better, I just look better. Hold on, let me go to YouTube because I want to see what I look like. Oh, it lowers my signal when I do that. Let me not do that. Okay, so I won't do that. Okay. What's this? Wow. I wish I could show you guys this photo. How do I show photos in here? Okay, y'all. Today y'all gonna be the test guinea pigs. Okay. because y'all need to show me how to use this StreamYard. Okay, so I finished a workout. Nice. The gasp. It's blurry again. I know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm not even on the Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm not on anything. So I don't know. Hold on. Give me a second. I don't know what it is. And I have like really great internet. Like I have really, really, really great internet because you have good internet when it's just you, it's just me. So I don't know why I keep saying a weak signal. There is nothing connected. Like my TV is not connected. My echoes use the smallest level of bandwidth. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Hold on one second. I'll go to my settings. Let me just do 720. Maybe it's it's trying to do it in HD. I can't do HD. I cannot do HD on this MacBook. I need to go get a camera. Oh, I hate buying stuff. Y'all, why can't y'all just let me use my iPhone? I was doing so good yesterday, but y'all had to go be picky and say you couldn't see nothing. I don't even know how to share my screen with y'all. Oh, hold on. What's this? News layout, Shift 5. Shift 5. It didn't do nothing. Oh, is that what this is? No. I want this layout. Picture layout. You look fine now. Yeah, because I turned it to, instead of 1080p, I did 720p. I don't think they said that. I checked it. They said a MacBook is 1080p. No, it's not. It can't be, because the connection shouldn't be unstable. I want to be able to pull something up on the screen that I want to show you, but I don't know how to show you. I don't know how to do that. I'm looking around. Sorry, y'all. I know you were like, we're not talking about anything. I know. I'm just a little bit haphazard today. I just got a lot on my brain. I want to show you this image of this hoodie I got made for myself that my good friend who I helped out with her analytics, she made for me for free. But how do you do that? It should be an option to share screen. This is, oh, yeah. I don't have an extra camera. What's a slide? You have no slides on your computer? We are currently supported by Google Slides, PowerPoint, and PDF. Video and animation are currently not supported, and we recommend adding them to a separate video file. Okay. But if I share it, where does it get shared? I'm confused. Like, now I'm confused. If I share it, where does it show up? In the comment section? Video call. It's a MacBook Pro? No, it's a MacBook Air. It's a MacBook Air. I cannot believe this man did not call me today. I'm so mad, y'all. You say you have no idea. Have you missed the whole hour of it live? Who, me? Share your stream. I'm trying, y'all. Okay, how do I share it? Share your screen. Oh. Oh. Google Chrome would like to record this computer screen. Oh. Okay. That didn't work. He didn't call you today. Call him. I did. He didn't answer. I tried to. I want to show. I want to. I know Telemundo not. Listen, I'm not trying to sound mean, Telemundo, but why would you send me a link to something? How I'm going to watch that? at what capacity would I be able to watch that? I'm just curious, at what capacity would I be able to watch something like that? Yeah, like it's zero chance. Zero chance if you send me a link anywhere to any of my devices, I would be able to watch that this very second. I'm not even trying to sound mean. I appreciate it. Um, don't call, just pull up. I should pull up, but I'm not crazy enough yet. He was say he partying with the Jakes. Telemundo. Ashley, you sick. What you say, Ashley? He partying with the Jakes. Okay. I just want to show you the hoodie. That's all. I ain't got much to show y'all. You said that's crazy the whole day. He called me today, earlier today. But I was like half asleep. But he either ain't gonna call me or he dead. So I hope he's dead. It's one or the other. It's just oh, I want to get part 4 done. I'm just checking my phone because I'm trying to see if this person reached out to me yet. But that's it. I'm not why did I do that? I'm not I'm just saying. So why would you say that? I don't know. I have a weird sense of humor. You might be new here. His arms fell off. They ought to. Let's get up. No, we're not gonna go get him. No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go get him. We're just. But since we're not on TikTok, none of that beef comes over here, so it's kind of nice. It is awful quiet over here, and I like it. That's the main reason why I gave up on TikTok, because it's so toxic. I was talking. I wish we could watch Candy Capricorn's live stream today, but she'd be playing music in the background, so we can't take that risk. But I wish you guys could have watched it today. She was just hitting on some really good points, like, all the energy that I don't know if the majority of you are black, but all the energy that the black side of TikTok puts into just um going at each other's necks all day and night, we could really be using that to do some good. Like, we really could be using that to do some good, and we don't. And she was right about that. Like, because she was going through some drama on TikTok, and she was just like, she just like compartmentalized it and was just like, this is dumb. Like, it's like, here's the thing about TikTok. It doesn't matter what you say. It don't matter what you say. You could literally say, I apologize to the most umpteenth degree, like, on my kids. I just want this drama to end. And people will still show up and that's not sincere enough. That's not good enough. Show more receipts and more. And like, and some people just are like, the way Candy Capricorn was talking was just like, y'all, nothing's ever gonna be good enough for people. And that's why the beef that be on TikTok, that's why the beefs that happen between different content creators last so long, because nothing's good enough for the viewer. And that's kind of like why I like to that's why I'm trying to like craft my content so it makes people want it, but it doesn't make people force you to just produce something um inaccurate or something that's just like halfway thrown together. Like, I want people to want my content, but at the same time I also want them to know that it's content like this just doesn't just spring up like that. You have to really work at making sure the information you get can be vetted, even if people don't like to hear it. And so she was saying that she's like, people ask me to, from whatever, I don't quite know what beef she got herself into or got dragged into, but she was talking about how, and people will, they asked me, post this part of the video. Should I post it? Not good enough. Well, post this part. Okay, not good enough. We'll post part 11, at minute 121 to 629. She's like, you'll post the most exact shit that they want to see, and it's never good enough. So she's just like, like, what's the end game? And so that's kind of how I feel about TikTok. Like, I don't want to like completely walk away from it because I built it literally from nothing, but at the same time though, it's just like I can't get on TikTok. I can't have one straight week on TikTok. That's fun. It's not fun. TikTok is not fun. Even in the stories that I tell, even if I'm emphatic, they're not fun because you post a story, it hits his first million in one day, you get that great high, and then here comes some drama. So when you post part two and part two hits a million, part three hits a million, part four hits a million, you can't even celebrate that, like I have been in so much beef on TikTok. I don't even get to celebrate when I do good, like I don't even get to celebrate that. Like I have to just like bury my head in the sand, and everyone is kind of like riding the wave, like, oh my gosh, Steph, you have a great series. It's taken off. It's like all over every single social media platform. You got fucking people in church hiding their tweets and stuff and da 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 da, and I can't even ride the wave of happiness because so much beef that be going on the underbelly, so that's why I'm just like TikTok's not fun, because even when I do great, when I have these great milestones, I can't even celebrate them because of everybody else's BS. You know what I mean? And I had a friend of mine the other day telling me about that, how people will watch my page just to see what I'm doing and try to replicate it, you know and it's not that they want to replicate like what I'm doing. They want to like It's like they want to steal my ideas and destroy what I have by implementing me in a bunch of beef, So it's just tough. That's why I'm just like, I kind of like it over here on YouTube. It's not bad, it's not bad. It's actually really nice, So I just don't want people to think that every time they see me over here, it has to be something like super salacious and like sometimes I just want to come over here just to talk. It's what I do on TikTok too. Sometimes I just go to TikTok just so I can sit down and talk. Not every day I'm going to be able to produce content for you. And it's not for a lack of trying. It's simply because my content is geared toward, it's like a web. It's not just me. In order to be able to get really into the story, I have to wait for other people to answer their phone or send me an email back or sit down and do an interview and then the follow-up, so I got really lucky in TD Jake's story because a lot of people were already sick of them and they were ready to jump out. But when it comes to the shade room, that's a whole different beast. So you got to really sit down and wait for people to be willing to talk to you. That girl who was supposed to reschedule that interview, she never called me. She stated she would, but she didn't. And so it could be out of fear. So the stuff that I work on, you guys, it is predicated on other people too. It's not just me. I'm just the face of it. So all those people who want the story out, right? Or all those people who want to send me tea about the story don't realize, well, I gotta wait for this person to call me, and then I gotta wait for that guy to call me. And this girl, she's 3 hours ahead, and so she's got kids and daycare, and so I gotta work on everyone else's schedule, and that's what makes it so hard to do this. And then you guys are just kind of waiting on me, like, what's going on? I'm like, I know, and I feel bad. I feel bad, but at the end of the day, I'm still waiting for everyone else to jump on the ball game. Well, it's organic. Thank you. Is it am I or me? Tracy, you actually do. Yeah, listen, I try to. A lot of the information I can usually get online, but when it comes to specific things, so the way that I put my content together, imagine this 3-minute video is like 25 parts. Okay. So each part is predicated on the first part and the last part. And so I can't drum up the end of it until I have a good foundational understanding of this part. So if this part starts off with a dog in a park, and this is the part where it ends where he gets adopted, you're going to ask yourself, well, how did he ended up as a homeless dog in the park to being adopted? It's all the little bits and pieces in the middle. And those have to come together. And sometimes you're not able to get all the story together. Sometimes you can use your imagination to be able to tell those stories, but I don't like that because it can leave too many holes like Swiss cheese, and you can't complete the story. And so people are like, well, how do you know that? Who told you that? Because that's the importance of green screening. So you can point to like this, and you can point to that, and you can read this article and show this image. When you're just telling a story, when you're just telling tea, that don't mean nothing. That's how I'm telling you guys, that's how a lot of these bloggers ended up nosediving their careers. by being, right? They become the face of the drama. So everything is predicated on their word and they better be accurate. Everything. You do not want to be a storyteller like that. I want to be a storyteller by showing you a receipt, a building permit, this, and this. That's the story. I'm just telling it. I don't want people to be like, okay, Steph, but who did you hear that from? And that is how you get yourself in legal trouble. That's exactly how you get yourself. Listen, and you don't believe me? Look at Tasha K. Look at Katie Joy, that lady without a crystal ball. Look at her. No, I'm not going to end up like them. I'm not going to end up like, listen, without a crystal ball went down in flames. Without a crystal ball went down in flames. She messed up her whole career. She messed up her, she was, listen, she was riding high. And you know what she did? She opted for sensationalism instead of documents. And everything she was saying couldn't be backed up by anything. It couldn't be backed up by nothing. She couldn't back nothing. Nothing she said could be backed up. That's why she ended up in all of those lawsuits. All of them. Every time you turn around, when you hear without a crystal ball, the first thing you'd probably do is like, ooh, who's suing her now? So the tea is good, but you guys, it can't be hot or it can't be fast, right? It's like that triangle example. You know that one triangle? I'm about to show y'all. It's a great, this is a great example of why this triangle is something that these bloggers need to start learning. Not the shade room, because they don't actually talk about nothing. So it's this. You ever seen this triangle before? It's so look, let me show you this triangle. And you can implement anything in this and anything on these like sides of this triangle, right? But you could only get two. You can't get all three. Okay. So if you want something good and expensive, it's not fast. And if you want something fast that looks expensive, it's not good. Got it? So imagine drama like that. You want good tea? You want good tea? It's not going to be fast. I promise you. I promise you, honey, it's not going to be fast at all. It's not going to be fast because it's predicated on other people and other things and other means. You want good sizzling tea? It's not going to be fast. And if somebody is promising you that they can get the story to you by midnight, they a damn lie. They lying through their teeth. They lying through their teeth. I'm telling you right now, they're lying through their teeth. No, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no. And that's exactly what happened to Tasha K. And that's exactly what happened to Without a Crystal Ball. That's exactly what happened to them. Trying to give you good tea fast to beat the story. You gotta beat nothing. If this source has the information and everyone's trying to get the information from this source and this source isn't speaking, then you're not beating anyone. The one source who won't talk is the one who has the information. It's always a numbers game with these people. Like, oh, who can come out faster with it? It's like, no, it's just like, just give it time. Let people know that they can trust you. It's easy. Let people know they can trust you, you know? Not you saying you want them to get some good wigs. You have to. Yes, you should use it. It is. It's yes, use it. Okay. But so the tea isn't always going to be fast, but it is good. I'll tell you that much. It's good and hot, but it ain't fast. Actually, you know what? If we do this calendar, if we do this, let's redo this triangle. I want to see something. Okay. So let's say we do a big triangle and it has to do with tea. So you want good tea, right? And you want it hot, right? Because you want Steaming hot. You want it hot. So if I redo this triangle, right? So you want good hot tea, it won't be fast. If you want fast hot tea, it won't be good. Right? You want the tea hot, you want the tea hot and fast, it ain't gonna be no good tea. It's gonna be either a lie, right? From the pit of hell. It's gonna be a lie, it's gonna be made up, or it's not gonna be anything worth a 3-minute video. Okay, so you want hot, fast tea, it ain't gonna be good. You want good hot tea, it ain't gonna be fast. Okay. Ain't gonna be fast. Okay. I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start using because it's true. I'm just trying to bring some integrity back to gossip. Shit. You know what I mean? That's like, someone said that let me tell you what someone told me about like 6 months ago. Because I've been doing stories like this, you guys, for months. Someone said you can be the next Wendy Williams. I said no. Wendy Williams relied on other people to get her tea. That's why her tea was always accurate until it was time to share hers. Until it's time to share her tea, and she didn't want to speak. She was, she didn't want to speak. So, someone said you could be the next Wendy Williams. I said no. I want to be. I want to just be me. I don't want to replicate none of these people, like I don't want none of that. I don't want no smoke, I'm not trying to be none of these people because they're messy, I just want to tell stories that are interesting. I tell people all the time, where do these stories from? Y'all, I'm laying in bed when I see these stories, or I'm laying in bed and they just come to me. Like I just start thinking about random stuff or random questions that no one ever answered. And that's how I find these stories. Like the whole thing with Beyoncé and did you guys ever watch those? There's a lot of my videos I don't think a lot of you guys watched. Did you ever see the video with the elevator tussle? I was just sitting there laying down in bed one day like, has no one ever solved the problem as to how Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Solange fought in that elevator? So I just sat there and I did a 4-part series on it, and it did well. The numbers did well because people were just curious. They were just like, what happened? Even if it's not the correct answer, it's the digging that people like. You did. You never saw it. We can watch it as soon as I figure out how to. As soon as I figure out how to show you guys my web browser. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I haven't. Listen, y'all. For the life of me, that's why I don't. That's why I don't like this. I don't like this. I like my iPhone. Where I can just turn my camera around. I don't know if I like this. I don't know if I'm a fan of this. Like, I don't know if I'm a fan of using this as my streaming service, To the people who said they see, oh, what's up, Bougie? She said jazz looks like a Dubai. What does that mean? You can use an external app to share the screen. How do you do that? How in the world do you do that? I just don't like, I feel like, then I got this. What am I supposed to do with this? This is how I stream. This is my face, and the computer is my co-host. Thank you, Nico. How you doing, Nico? I didn't see you come in. Steph, you sound like a boomer. I do sound crotchety. You can share your stream. You can share your screen with the stream. I tried doing that. It says share screen. I tried to share the screen. I tried to, and it was like, it looked like it wasn't doing nothing. Window. Okay. So here's the window. Oh, okay. I got it. Let me pull it up. Oh, it's gonna make me log in. Hold on, y'all. I don't be knowing my TikTok stuff. You need to dual screen so you can share your screen. I can help you with it later. Y'all making me sound like an old person, and I'm not feeling that. But thank you, Desmond. I better hope this is the right login. What verification code? 4, 5. Oh, shit. It went away. 4, 5, 8, 2, 8, 4. I just cannot believe this person. Okay. Okay. I think I got it. Allow. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, here I am. Oh, see, my signal got weak. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, you can't even touch anything and your signal just gets weak. Like, that's so corny. That's so corny. You can't even I have one tab open and the signal's weak. I don't like this. I'm not a fan of this. Nope. Not a fan. I am not a fan of this. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, so let me see if I can share my screen with you. Okay. It says share screen, Chrome tab, select this tab. Okay. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you? Oh, wow, you can see it. Okay. So, okay, you can see the tab. And what video did y'all want to see? Can't hold that big head up. Okay, Everyday Jewel. You said it don't supposed to put it in a corner while we watch. Y'all, I don't want to okay, I can turn my camera back on like this. Can y'all see that? Y'all stop bothering me. Listen. Y'all listen. Stop bothering me, y'all. Dang. Okay. So you want to see elevator tussle? Oh, let me see if I can find that. This was a good hair day, y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Let's just say it right now. This was a good hair day. Okay, those days are few and far between. Okay, where's elevator tussle? Oh, these are all the videos that I hide because I use them for other stuff. Turtle. Okay, hold on. It's a great video too. Okay, elevator tussle. Where is it? Getting these bad boys like some whammies. Man, I used to get them a lot, you guys. I don't know if you can see that, but they don't go away. Even when you delete the video. I used to get them so much. I don't know why I don't get them anymore. I don't know where it is. No, I did it way after this. Oh, here it is. Okay. So you guys remember that tussle between Solange and Jay-Z after the Met Gala in 2014. Can you see it? I'm turning my camera off. I figured out why it started. And if you think it had anything to do with Becky with the good hair, you'd be wrong. I actually listened to 2 songs that led me to this conclusion. We know that it is from Jay-Z's infamous 444 album. And in that clip, he's stating that you egged on Solange, even though you knew you were wrong. And the second clip, of course, is from Flawless, the remix with Beyoncé and Nicki Minaj. And Beyoncé makes it very clear, you know sometimes shit goes down when there's $1 billion on the elevator. And we all know that means money. So now that we know that Jay-Z is accusing Beyoncé of being dead wrong, what does that have to do with Beyoncé? And what does that have to do with money? Now, before I move my head, I have to tell you this first. I had to dig deep down into the Beyoncé trenches to find this photo. And a preference, this is the only time that Beyoncé would ever post about this company, and she'll never do it again. Now, here's a picture Solange actually posted on Beyoncé's Instagram page. And just below, Beyoncé is actually congratulating her on 2 things. Starting her own record label called Saints Records and starting her own cultural media website called Saint Huron. So now you're probably asking yourself, what is Saint Huron? What is Saint Records? And what does this have to do with an elevator tussle? To reiterate, St. Records is a record label owned by Solange, which is a subsidiary under Sony. St. Huron is a cultural digital media website that talks about life and style for individuals in the Black culture that you can purchase and buy some of their merchandise. And now, this is what leads us to part two and what all of that has to do with that fight. You guys.
But they do.
Nope, you right on time. Part two. So we last left off with Beyoncé congratulating her sister with St. Huron. And remember, St. Huron was started November of 2013, 6 months before the infamous elevator fight. Now, while digging through Beyoncé's website, Beyonce.com, which I highly encourage you to go check out because Beyoncé is not much for social media, but if you look at her website, you can actually take a really good glimpse at exactly who she is. But minus all of that, look what I found. On Beyoncé's website, if you type in St. Huron, this album appears. And you all know this is Beyoncé's self-titled album, Beyoncé. Now pay close attention to the hashtags Beyoncé uses to promote her new album. She says hashtag inspiration, hashtag St. Huron, hashtag Solange. But when you click on the album to see what article Beyoncé wrote about it, it says here, page not found. Now remember, that album actually came out in December of 2013, exactly 1 month after St. Huron started. Now you're probably wondering, why exactly is Beyoncé promoting her sister's record label and then immediately scrubbing the internet of it? Well, it actually has everything to do with Jay-Z. An article written by drum.com, it actually states that in 2011, Beyoncé fires her manager, but in 2014, she hires Jay-Z. Now, let's get back to St. Huron and exactly what it is. So St. Huron is two things. It is an interdisciplinary website for Black artists to sell their products or what have you. And St. Records is an actual record label under Solange. An article written by Billboard magazine, Solange talks about cultivating diversity in design with St. Huron's new online store. That online store is actually a replica of Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Now, Goop by Gwyneth Paltrow is actually this lifestyle brand that sells clothes, makeup, things that are aesthetically pleasing to women of privilege and money. So if we actually go back to Jay-Z's reference about Beyoncé egging Solange on and Beyoncé was dead wrong, it has a lot to do with St. Huron. Now, in an archived Tumblr thread, this is actually Beyoncé attending one of the St. Huron events in New York City. There's tons of photos online of Beyoncé actually attending a lot of the St. Huron events, minus Jay-Z. It was also widely speculated that Beyoncé was the financial backer behind St. Huron. And Jay-Z did not take light of that. So now when we go back to the elevator fight, it was speculated that Jay-Z did not want Beyoncé funding St. Huron. And because Jay-Z is her manager, Jay-Z might have enough say to stop the funding. And how do I know that? Part 3. Nope, you right on time. Part 2. So we last left off with Beyoncé. No, it does not. Part 3. Now let's fast forward 2 years ahead, and Jay-Z actually does a sit-down interview with Rap Radar. And in that interview, he actually discusses his fight with Solange. Now pay very close attention to what he says.
Podcast interview with Rap Radar, Jay said his fight with Solange was a one-time thing. We had one disagreement ever. Before and after, we've been cool. He said, she's like my sister. I will protect her. That's my sister, not my sister-in-law, my sister, period.
Now, to reiterate, Jay-Z said that that dispute was between him and Solange, but what exactly were they disputing about? In an article by OK Magazine, it's actually stated that OK Magazine talked to a bunch of sources who are close to Solange, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé, and it's noted here that Solange and Jay-Z are feuding over the St. Huron website, as Jay-Z attempted to develop one for Beyoncé. Turns out Solange got there first. OK Magazine continues to say Jay-Z was extremely annoyed that no one ran it by him. That includes Beyoncé not telling him. It goes on to state that Jay-Z was actually in talks with Gwyneth Paltrow to get tips and tricks on how to build that type of website. Now, Solange actually talked with OK Magazine and said she was completely outraged that Jay-Z thought he could tell her what she can and can't do. Now, when it comes to Black people and their money, that sounds like an elevator fight. So to wrap all of this up, it's really clear that in the very beginning of St. Huron's inception, Beyoncé was strongly promoting it for her sister. But now when you check Beyoncé's website, or even if you check her social media, she's completely scrubbed the internet of it. And that probably has a lot to do with Jay-Z. Now, it's noted that Beyoncé doesn't actually have a website familiar to Goop or St. Huron, so we don't actually know where the development of that is going. We know for a fact that Solange was able to cultivate most of those big brand deals with St. Huron because of Beyoncé. That includes Microsoft and IKEA. So if you ask me, this whole elevator fight had everything to do with Beyoncé and Solange starting this company and not telling Jay-Z, and Jay-Z being Beyoncé's manager, wanting Beyoncé to pull out all of her funding. That's enough for a slap in the face. No, it does not. I'm telling y'all, that elevator fight was over some money. Come on now. Y'all know we Black. Y'all know how we be. I'm just trying to say, let's be for real, for real. Like, that was over some money. They was fighting for some money. I'm telling you. Hold on, let me find the SZA video. SZA, no, she a liar. I love SZA though. This one here. Talk about SZA today and one particular lie that I think I finally cracked. Okay, so about that lie. So remember, we watched a video about SZA talking about being a marine biologist. Now check this out.
So the very first lie that is at the top of my head in here is SZA lying about being a marine biologist who went to an Ivy League school. Now, there is an article. Now, I would link the article if I can of the interview, but some of the websites that I was finding her lies on just reference her saying that she went to an Ivy League school to study marine biology when the whole time she was just stripping and ended up dropping out.
If you don't know, that is Fab Socialism on YouTube, so go check out that video, but I found the article. So SZA was actually interviewed in a Rolling Stone magazine. She stated up here that in college, SZA embraced a new passion, marine biology, and says she would still drop her music career in order to work in the field. SZA noted that she nearly applied to be an assistant for an acclaimed wildlife photographer, Paul Nicklin. And I quote, SZA states, "I know that the ocean is changing in a rapid, permanent way," SZA says. "I would take 6 months off to do an etymology and categorize species in the Galapagos and Madagascar. It's not even a question." Interesting. So in another interview with Billboard magazine, the interviewer asked, "I read you were a marine biology major, which seems like a pretty unusual track to have taken." SZA states, "Yeah, science in general is actually super duper my thing. I'm one of those Nat Geo freaks." It's very clear that in those interviews, SZA is claiming to have gotten a degree in marine biology. But let me show you this image. So look at this image of SZA here, looking very cute and very adorable. But pay very close attention to her phone case. Now pay close attention to the man seen in her phone case, okay? And if you don't know who he is, let me explain it to you. That man seen in the image on her phone is actually George Costanza. And George Costanza happens to be a cast member on the acclaimed TV show Seinfeld. How exactly did that tie into SZA being a marine biologist? Here we go.
Over there. What's going on over here?
There's a beached whale. She's dying.
Is anyone here a marine biologist?
So that episode of Seinfeld is called The Marine Biologist. And in that episode, George Costanza is lying about being a marine biologist, and turns out with his walk on the beach, he actually has to go save a whale. Now, it's very clear that SZA is a fan of Seinfeld with that infamous sticker of George Costanza in the back of her phone. So maybe this is some sort of running joke she has for herself, or maybe he inspired her to go study marine biology, but she never kind of fulfilled that. The only true way to determine if she is a marine biologist is to look at those transcripts. So there you have it. So we're going to talk about SZA today. And y'all, I'm telling you, SZA is a liar, but we love her. We love her. We listen. I love SZA. You can ask anybody you know. I love SZA. She is a nut. But at the end of the day, SZA's a liar. Okay. Hold on one second. SZA is a liar. I'm trying to let my connection stabilize real quick, and I'll turn my camera back on. But she a liar, and we know this, but we love her though. I literally have every single SZA album there is, and there's not a lot, but there is. So I have every single SZA album there is because I love her. But we know the truth. We're not dumb. We're not going to sit here and pretend that like she's not a liar. She lied about being a marine biologist. She actually stated that she grew up watching Seinfeld, so that's probably where that comes from. You know what I mean? That's probably where that comes from, wanting to be a marine biologist maybe when she got older, but it just kind of never came to fruition. Does that make sense? Like it just never happened. And so she was just like, I'm still going to tell people I'm a marine biologist, Just stop that lying. He said she was texting y'all nosy bystanders. She was. I was watching that episode of The Marine Biologist. I was watching that episode and I was laying down on the couch and I was like, is that why SZA has that sticker? Because I had just finished that. I had just finished doing like a live stream. We had live stream for 2 weeks talking about SZA and that damn Grammy thing. And I was laying down on my couch and I was like, is that why SZA lied about being a marine biologist? And I remembered that image of George Costanza in the back of her phone. Everything that I come up with, was like, can she not lie? Yeah, she can lie. I think it's fun. I think it's quite harmless. I think it's hilarious that I was able to crack the code, So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm very appreciative of it. You said Phoebe from a 1,000-pound life, 1,000-pound life of the lies. You said, see, the truth just falls on your lap, Steph. Sometimes it does, y'all. Sometimes it gets hard, like not hearing from people and getting the full story and all that other stuff, So that part does get difficult, like waiting on people. I hate waiting, but also at the same time, though, it's just like, you can also use your iPhone with a tripod to broadcast. But I be doing so much. I be needing to show y'all stuff and like I just be needing to show y'all stuff and things like that. Like when I'm on TikTok live, we like to watch live. We like to watch other people's live streams together. So like other people will be streaming on TikTok. So sometimes if you're from TikTok, which I imagine a lot of you are, we like to just watch other people's streams and see what everybody else is doing and see what everybody else is talking about. And just kind of like, we're just like hanging out. Does that make sense? Like we're just hanging out. You said, wait, SZA was a stripper or is that a lie? I don't know. I never investigated that. I didn't care, not to say that you care, Tracy, but like, I didn't think that was like, salacious enough to talk about, like, oh, was she a stripper? Wasn't she? I'm sure you could find somebody who worked at a strip club with her. Do I think SZA was a stripper? And I'm going to tell you why I don't think that, because when we think of SZA, we think of what SZA looks like now. What SZA looks like now, you guys, she did not look like 10 years ago. And no shade to her and no shade to what she used to look like. She's still a beautiful girl. But you guys, she wasn't as, do you understand what I'm trying to say? She didn't look like that. She was like 60 pounds overweight. Not to say you couldn't be overweight and be a stripper. You most certainly can. But SZA didn't look like she didn't have like I've been tracking SZA's career for a long time. She didn't, the way that her style and her aesthetic looked, she didn't look like she was in the realm of stripping. Now she could have been, and no shade to her if she was doing it on the sides for extra income. But based off of her style and her aesthetic and the way she looked, she didn't give me like a former stripper vibes. Does that make sense? Like she didn't give me that. Now, if you saw strip SZA now and be like, does she strip? Yeah, like, yeah, she probably did. But she didn't look like what she looks like now. You know what I mean? He's a Beauty and the Beast journey. Beast to beauty journey. She was a heavier woman. She was a lot heavier, yeah. Because y'all, she was not a stripper. Even if she was, it wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't care that she was. I still like you guys. I like SZA, and she's lying about being a marine biologist. Okay, her being a stripper does not compare to lying about a marine biologist degree. And the reason why most people believe that she's lying about the marine biologist degree is because she, the school she attended didn't have a marine biology program, so people aren't sure where she's getting that from. Like I went to a liberal arts college. We do not have an anthropology department, or I'm sorry, we do not have a archaeological department. So you're not going to be able to be like, I got a degree at Elmhurst University in archaeology. No, you didn't. That department doesn't even exist. So the school that SZA stated she went to, I think she stated she went to Howard. Howard doesn't have a marine biology program. It was just a little jokey joke. She looks amazing now. She does. She looked good then, but she just looked like your hometown girl from New York. She didn't look like, you see what I'm trying to say? I'm not saying she looked ugly. She didn't look ugly. She was still beautiful then, but she just looked more like down to earthy. Now she looks very much like wealthy. You understand? It was a different look and a different aesthetic. The University of Delaware State, by the way, that's where she went. Delaware State. But she stated in that, if you got to read the Rolling Stone article, she stated she went to Delaware State and transferred to Howard. She also states it in a what's it called? Not Shade Room. Breakfast Club interview. She stated she transferred to two different universities. So we don't know. We don't know what we don't know. Okay. But yeah, I want to. So part 4 of this Shade Room shade, I'm gonna try to drop tonight at midnight. Hopefully, I hear back from these people and I just drop it at like 2 a.m. And then I want to switch over. I want to switch, you guys. I want to switch over to a different series that I want to work on. I want to do a series on sweetie pies. I really want to get on that because I feel like there's a lot of mystery in that. And even though people already know the story, we always say that, right? Like, we know what the elevator tussle was about. It was about Becky with the good hair, but having someone to dissect it, you could really find information that could lead you to believing that it was something else. So even though we know Sweetie Pies ended very tragically, there's always something else to uncover. And I really want to touch on that story. Um, hold on, there's something else on my list I wanted to touch on too. Hold on. I want to also do, I know it's going to be controversial. I know it's controversial. Okay. I know it's controversial, but I want to do, and it's controversial to me because I told you I love SZA. I don't love SZA more than I love Megan Thee Stallion. I want to talk about the shooting. I want to talk about, I want to do a series. I want to do like a 3-part series on Megan Thee Stallion and her foot injury. That's what I want to do. I want to start the full week. I want to investigate the full week. What was Megan do on if the pew pewing happened on Friday? I want to know what Megan was doing Monday, and I'm gonna because she's really obsessed with Instagram, which is great because it gives you a lot of data. So I want to start that whole week, and I want to figure out what was going on. I want to see what I can uncover. I'm not saying she didn't get shot. I believe that the medical examiner stated, I believe the chief of staff at the time at the hospital stated it was a piece of glass. So maybe a shot went off and Megan thought it hit her foot and it was actually a piece of glass she stepped on, right? Like kind of dodging out of the way. Or maybe a bullet went off, it hit a bottle and she stepped on it. It could be a number of things, but we're going to investigate that. You said just call WAC 100. Apparently he talks to everyone. So I feel like I could get an interview with WAC 100. I feel like this Cora Jake story gave me just a hair bit of notoriety. I feel like I can weasel my way into an interview. So I want to do that. You said, I thought we were going to war. Going to war with the Shade Room? We're still going to war with the Shade Room, but we still have to discuss there's other stories, Nico. We still have to discuss other stories. Okay. So it doesn't take away from those stories. I'm still sick of the Shade Room. Sorry, I was reading a comment. What's up, Lachey? Girl, you better do your thing. I'm trying to be taken slightly seriously. I just don't know. I'm not having a good day. This man didn't call me. I spoke to him at noon. I don't know if he's dead. I want to call him now and see if he's going to answer. Hold on, let me just mute this. I wanted to do a story on Nipsey Hussle. I don't like that Karen Civil is surrounded by a bunch of dead rappers. Not to say she did anything, but Mac Miller. It's a little she's getting too close to home for me. But I can't talk about Karen Civil no more because she's gonna be on my neck. She was on my neck last time. I'm not trying to get on Karen Civil's nerves, but I don't be liking how she interconnects all these dead celebrities. I do love me some Nipsey. I was listening to him last night. I love Nipsey Hussle. So yeah, but I wanted to investigate that, but I can't. What's that? Bonsai? Earth to Ghetto. Now I posted someone's comment up here. What did they say? Phoebe, I seen her running girl dead. Do a story on all the celebs who've died in hotel rooms. A tip from Too Short. Interesting. Now, how did you find this out? Let's talk about it, Anita. I found out she was really shot in the foot. How did you find that out? Yeah, she did. Earth to Ghetto. She did take Joyner Lucas's money. She took a lot of people's money. Hell, she didn't even want to get her money to the orphans in Haiti. Man, I wonder if this man is alive. Who's this? Oh. Okay. I'm waiting to hear from let's talk about it, Anita. I'm late. Child, you late. I'm just kidding. You didn't miss nothing. All I did was state that I'm working on part 4 because I'm waiting to hear back from 2 people so I can finish up this Shade Room series. But like the video, the girl said that she tagged me and she was like, the Potter's house running the Shade Room. And I don't know why that stuck with me. Like, I don't think they're running the Shade Room, but obviously the Shade Room is in their back pocket. They're their closest confidant and ally, you know? Hold on one second. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you guys think? What do you think it is? Darius Cooks. I did a series on Darius Cooks. You could cover Bill Cosby's civil case. No, that sounds good, but no. You said no, we support Megan, don't we? We do support Megan, but you guys, because we support some of these people doesn't mean we can't investigate these stories. You got to remove your emotions from the story. That's how you get the truth. People like there's 3 sides to the story: your side, her side, and the truth. No. Is there an interview with Neighborhood Talk? There was one. I didn't do it, but I emailed Kyle at the Neighborhood Talk to see if he'll give me a comment. He didn't. We like Megan and her stripping. Yeah. We do. Yeah. So he said, I'm so happy we're not talking about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Listen, I love Johnny Depp. I was not about to that's white people business. I'm no shade to white people. Now I'll talk about them too, but that's their business, I'm not talking about that. I don't want to talk about that because it just seemed, it didn't, I don't want to say it seemed dumb. It's not dumb. His case of defamation and abuse is real. It doesn't appeal to me. Did we miss the Blamazon series? You sure didn't. That one drops on Juneteenth. Blamazon. That Blamazon series. It's not a series. It's going to be like a 30-minute docu-series. And no, it drops on Juneteenth. Because I found out some very interesting information after sitting down to talk with actual app developers. I found out some very interesting information about Blamazon. Not about Blamazon, but about how Blamazon is being built. And I asked, do a story on Epstein, white people business, more white people business. I asked Blamazon for a follow-up interview and he hasn't replied back to me. So I don't think I'll get it. If you ask me, he's not going to talk to me. Man, this is so crazy. Like, hold on one second, y'all. This is so crazy. I don't know what is going on. Sorry. You said yes, equal. Yeah, so because just according to Blamazon, the app is the app is supposed to drop on Juneteenth, the beta version of it. I'm hard pressed to believe that's not going to happen. Y'all still use honeypot? What's a honeypot? What's that? Have you already done a story about all the people who are working on water-powered engine tensions that mysteriously died? No. I never. I mean, I know about it, but I ain't doing a story about it. What will you be doing? Yes. Just soap and water, child. Know about the island of Epstein had trafficking girls? I'm not doing a story on that. It just doesn't appeal to me. I know it's a story and I know it's real. It just doesn't appeal to me. There's plenty of people who have discussed it. It just doesn't appeal to me. Stuff that appeals to me, like the way I get into stories, stuff that appeals to me is stuff that's so minute, right? To the line about being a marine biologist. The elevator tussle, those are minute stories. But when you start to dig, the reason why they appeal to me is because they're odd in nature. And when they're odd in nature, there's always something there. So when I look at little tiny stories like that's weird, no, I dig into them. I did that series on Jill Marie Jones. I know a lot of y'all saw that. It's not, now that one was more, hold on one second. That one was more, is there a tiny box somewhere on my screen? Do you see a tiny box? I don't know why it's there. I don't know how to get rid of it. Exit solo. Okay. I don't know what this. Yeah, don't appeal to me. Stories about Black people appeal to me, or people of color. Those are appealing to me. Pop culture appeals to me. So I guess I'm more like pop culture-y. Does that make sense? I like pop culture appeals to me, That's what I find appealing. So I get it. I learn a lot digging on the things that seem weird and uncover them. Yeah. The Black security guard that was killed at Buffalo was also working on a water-powered engine. Were you able to confirm that with his family? Okay, but there's not a little tiny box. I see a little box here, so I don't know what it means. So maybe I'm just seeing stuff. Oh, maybe that's the steam, maybe because y'all see it here. I see it here. Okay. Oh yeah, they do. They do stay on. Okay, that makes sense. Is it so you don't think Megan's story is real? I don't know anything until I investigate it. But even at the end of my stories, I don't conclude anything. It's really up for you guys to determine if you believe it or not, right? It's considered the Socratic. Yeah. It's really hold on now. Now that I know how to share my screen, let me see if I can do it again. Share screen, window. Chrome tab. Sorry, I want to see if I can show you something. Oh, yeah, that's dope. I can do it. Okay, I want to show you, now that I know how I got it up, I want to show you the hoodie I got made. Ain't that dope? Can you guys see it? You like that? The ring around it is because it was pulled tight because it's embroidered. Who y'all got, Monique or DL Hughley? I got Monique. Just because she's got height. Do one on James Brown and how the family was fighting over where to bury him. It's not much of a story. It's salacious, no less, but it's not much of a story. Thank you, Yan. Oh, you said I love embroidery. Yeah, this girl's got this great machine. The Frank Q. Jackson story had me enthralled because you from Cleveland too? You said because I'm enthralled. I'm from Cleveland. I had no idea all this foolishness that kid was involved in. Damn. And Frank Jackson ain't no better. Frank Jackson ain't no better, honey. He a bum. Okay, so let me take this down. But isn't this a cool hoodie? I'm gonna wear it every day. I'm just trying to let the thank you. Monique did a live today going in. Can someone enlighten me? What happened? What happened with Monique and DL Hughley? I don't even know what happened, honey. My money is on Monique. Baltimore women do not play. She from Baltimore? I didn't even know that. I'm waiting for the comment. I'm trying to someone just tell me what happened. Like, is it like another Will Smith and Chris Rock? Somebody hit somebody? They say K. Michelle got Michael Jackson's face surgery. Don't say that. I like K. Michelle. I think here's my thing about K. Michelle. When K. Michelle was in the shade room, she should have beat the brakes off of Angela Yee. I don't care. No, listen, whatever. Say whatever you want. No, don't fight. K. Michelle should have beat the brakes off of her. That's what she should have did. She was playing too nice. That's my favorite interview. That's my favorite K. Michelle interview, honey. It's my favorite K. Michelle interview, honey. She was playing too nice. She should have beat the brakes off of her. You said, yes, ma'am. Cleveland, born and raised. Girl, big Frank Jackson. Mm-hmm. What part of Cleveland you from, Mel? What part of town you from? I grew up on Kinsman. Can we buy it? The hoodie? I'm thinking about it. I really just want, I don't know. I'm thinking, y'all know I don't like merch. You mean the Breakfast Club? Yes, honey. There was an interview on the Breakfast Club with Angela Yee and Charlemagne the God. And, K. Michelle. And honey, K. Michelle basically said Angela Yee was starting some mess while she had her listening party. And Angela was like, I just don't know what you're talking about. I didn't bring it up. I don't know what you're talking about. K. Michelle said, no, Angela, you're lying. And she was too nice to her. She should have beat the brakes off of her. That's what I said. Trey Songz, ooh, I don't like dabbling in like sexual stuff, but we can talk about it. You gotta give me a couple days to do some research on it, but we can have a live stream and we can discuss it. I would prefer that. If you guys like that, as told by Kayla, if you want me to, I can investigate the story, bring all the information here on YouTube, and we can live stream it. And I can show you videos and clips, basically it'd be like a series, but it's just the raw data, and we can have a live discussion about it if you want to. Because I just don't like posting that on my page because you get those fanatical fans, and if you guys want to have a private discussion about it, like here, and we could talk about it, but I don't want to have it on my page because people are just crazy. Okay, we could do that. Can we buy the hoodie? Nico. No. 89 for Quincy. Woo, child. You from Cleveland. I mean, I'm from Kinsman. We from the same block. You know what I mean? So, okay. But she said 89 for Quincy. Whew. Okay. Or I don't know if you're a male or female. Me 11379. But they said they was from. Oh, child. Y'all. If you from Cleveland, you in the trenches right here. Baby, you from 89 for Quincy. You in the trenches, honey. You in the trenches. Okay. They don't play over there. You in the trenches, honey. Okay. As I told you, people want that merch. Y'all don't want merch. Stop. I'm not doing it. It depends. Let me see how it look like on me. You said, yes, I want to buy the hoodie, boo. Okay, let me just see what it look like. You know? You said that would be cool. It is so interesting. So many people are saying about him basically that he's another R. Kelly Jr. Interesting. Yeah, we can do that. Let me put it on my list. Be a live stream event. Hold on 1 second. Also, too, TikTok I got an invitation for Granny Koi Monday got me an invitation for subscription services on TikTok. But I'm like, I don't want to go back to TikTok. So I feel like I got a gift that I'm gonna waste, you know? Made a note. Is it down away all day? I'm a girl. She says she down away all day, honey. So how did you not hear about all that stuff with Frank Q Jackson? Frank Jackson lived on Quincy, or did he live on Central? He lived over there right by you. So I'm shocked you didn't hear about none of that stuff. Don't tell me no. Oh, Nico, I may apply. Not the working men. We want merch. Nosy bystanders are legion. Y'all, I'm very anti-merch. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm very anti-merchandise. That's just me, you know? I don't know why. I just don't like it. Okay, I know why I don't like merchandise. I don't like merch because it's cringy. It's cringe, you know? It's cringy in my opinion. It's so cringy. But in my opinion, it doesn't negate other people who sell merch. It doesn't negate. I support anybody who wants to sell merchandise. I wholeheartedly 100% do. But for me, selling it myself is cringy. I don't know why. I just can't get my brain wrapped around it. You know, like I talked to the girl who made it for me. She wanted to make it for me. She made it for me. And you know, we were talking about numbers and like what would this cost, what would that cost, and then I got to like a portion of the conversation. I was like, no, I'm just not gonna do this. I don't want to do this. This is not me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to do it. So, but I feel like a lot of people are gonna want to buy merch from me. You know, but I don't know. I just don't know. I just, so for now, no. Okay. Stop stressing me out, y'all. Like, can I just deliver stories to y'all while wearing a cool looking hoodie? Do I absolutely have to sell you merchant? You don't need a t-shirt to support being a nosy bystander. Okay. That making Cora Douse 2 for 1. Look at your coin says, oh, listen, you guys, listen. It's not about coins. We said put the money in a legal defense fund. I got a legal defense fund in my GoFundMe. It's a joke. It's a running joke. Trust me. Only one person is paid into it, and I promise you, I use that money for lunch. I did not use that money for anything legal in nature. You know. So yeah. So yeah. Let's just hope I don't get sued. You know. Let's just fingers crossed. We want to feel like we're in a game. Girl, get out of here. You said Central. I knew, but I never paid much attention. I lived in Columbus for about 15 years for a boom and work before I came back home. I did know him as a councilman when your comment got cut off. Oh, when I came back home, he was already mayor. I don't watch the news much, but I don't blame you because the news is awful. And he was the worst mayor we ever had. Worse than Jane Campbell. Remember Mayor Michael White? The one I used to smoke crack? He was great. He was a great mayor. He was a great mayor. He was a great mayor, you know? He was a great mayor. I don't know why they didn't reelect him. Probably the crack. You know, it's probably so it's probably all of that stuff. Talking about Cleveland, yeah. So Mayor Michael White. You said find out what Umar is doing with the gifts and donations. I did a series on Omar Johnson. Have you guys seen it? I did, Monica Howard. I actually did a 3-part series on Mr. Omar Johnson. What do you call himself? Ifa today. Ifa today. Whatever that means. So yeah, I did a 3-part series on him, honey. Okay. We can watch it if you want, but he said, if so, shout out. I'm from there too. Oh, hey. Our one friend's from 89th Quincy. I'm from Kinsman. What part of Cleveland are you from? You said school, not boom. Oh, got you. Crack mayor sounds sounds worse than our mayor in Detroit. Oh, Kwame. Yes, K. Michelle should have. The Prince of Pan Africanism. Oh, you grew up on Harvard? Okay. What's up, Harvard? The Prince of Pan Africanism. So yeah, I did a 3-part. I don't know if you guys want to watch it. But we can watch it. So you just gotta let me know. I don't know how you let me know. How do I know how many likes are in here? I feel like y'all not liking stuff. Or put some thumbs in the chat. Does that work? Do that so I can see them. Put some thumbs up or thumbs down if you want to watch it, because it's a great series, you guys. One of my favorite content creators on here on this very YouTube app is Lennon Honor, and I watched him for a number of years, maybe 1 or 2, and hello, Carmela. Lennon Honor really does very great deep dives into the Prince of Pan-Africanism. And I used a lot of his sourced information to do a series on him. Okay, we'll watch it. Who put the thumb down? Now, Tay S. Now, how you going to be a hater? Are you out here supporting the Prince of Pan-Africanism? I'm just kidding. But we're going to watch it anyway. Okay, and we got a lot of thumbs up. So everybody wants to see it. Okay, got you. Okay, let me I'm going to turn my camera off. You can still hear me, and let me just pull up the TikTok series, okay? And you got to give me a second because I have to actually look for it because I'm not on the app, so I don't have access to my playlists. Hold on, you guys, I'm almost there. What the heck? I can't remember when I made it. Oh. Nope. Hold on, I'm almost there. When did I do it? Hold on, I'm trying to find it on my page. When did I do the Prince of Pan-Africanism? Hold on, let me go to my page. I gotta go to my TikTok on my phone so I can find it. Where is it? I could have sworn I did it way before then. Where is it? Okay, let me go to the top. Dang, where is it? It should be FDMG. Hold on, y'all. I'm still looking for it. I hate the TikTok website. It sucks. The app works so much better. Where is it? Where is it? I don't know where it's at. Okay, I did one on Darius Cooks. Oh, here it is. I got it. Haha, I found it. Okay, bam. Let me share my screen. Don't worry. I had to keep. Oh, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. It was a hard series to do. Omar Johnson. There was only 2 parts. I don't know why I labeled this part 1, but there's only 2 parts to it. Fantastic question. Watch this.
We got to get it repaired. Okay? The only thing that'll keep our school from being ready to go, Black Power. Only thing that'll keep our school from being ready to go on New Year's Day is the HVAC. We need to raise $250K for the HVAC. We need to raise $250K for the HVAC.
So if you're a bit confused about that clip, let me explain. So just above here, Omar Johnson's organization, Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, actually received that building right here on February 6, 2019, and the price for $10. Now, the reason the price was $10 is because right here it says it was a charitable donation. And if that writing's a bit too small for you, here's the actual deed that was given from K-12 Delaware to Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for the low price of $10. And if you're wondering why it was just for $10, it's a simple charitable donation. So corporations will donate things to companies that are 501c3 verified, which Omar Johnson is, so that they can get a tax break for giving the property. Fair enough, right? In the last half of that video, Omar Johnson stated he needed $250,000 to get his HVAC running so the school could open on New Year's Day, 2021. Now, I find that a bit odd because I actually have Umar Johnson's taxes. So let's check them out. Now, because Umar Johnson's organization is a 501c3, all of their tax dealings are actually public record to us. So please thank ProPublica and donate to them as often as possible. Now back to this document. So up here, just so you can see, the name is Dr. Umar Johnson with his P.O. Box address, and this is his tax filings for the year of 2020. And just to reiterate, in case you guys didn't know, he actually filed his taxes for this 501c3 on December of 2020. So 2 months after that video was made. Now pay close attention to line item 1, where it says cash, non-interest bearing. So again, this is cash that actually comes into the 501c3 that's liquid, cash, all right? Right here, it states that Umar Johnson claimed he had $518,048 at the beginning of the fiscal year of 2020 and $572,409 at the end of the fiscal year. Odd. Now you're probably wondering, if Umar Johnson had $572,000 at the end of the fiscal year of 2020, did he get that HVAC in the coming year? Part 2. What a marvelous question. So let's get right into part 3.
Has begun, brothers and sisters. Yes, this school will be done by the end of the summer. We will be hosting our first annual Unapologetically African Family First Festival. I said we will be hosting the first annual UAFFF, the first annual UAFFF, the first annual Unapologetically African Family First Festival, and we're going to have a conference. All 10 of
If you're a little confused by that video, it was actually shot by Omar Johnson. And in February of 2021, he was discussing having the school open by the summer. He actually wanted to host his first live event, which was kind of like a big festival of celebration. Now, any rational person would think if you wanted to get to that festival, the first thing you need to do is invest in getting the building open, correct? And let's just see how far he got along in 2022.
Okay? These are 2 more large HVAC units. Look, nothing's inside of it. It's stripped out. All of these have to be replaced. No, it's not. You can't repair this. You have to replace this. Yeah, it is. It's a money pit. I told people a long time ago. That is ironic. Umar said that this was Asia. He said aside. He said this was state of the art.
This is a still shot from the aerial view of Umar Johnson's school. It was actually first reported by Lennon Honor, who has been tracking the case of Umar Johnson and this middle school / high school. Now pay very close attention to this HVAC unit up here from 2022. Regardless of how much money Umar Johnson is claiming to the IRS that he has, which I totally believe, he still has not paid attention to getting that HVAC done. Now, I understand that you would reserve some of those funds for teachers, janitors, administration, dietary services, but in order to be able to get to the place where you get to hire those qualified individuals, you got to start with your HVAC. And without HVAC, you'll never get that school open. This is not to shame Umar Johnson or his staunch supporters, but this is really about who it is we allow to be able to manage our money for the dreams that we have for our children. Umar Johnson clearly is sitting on a large sum of money that he has absolutely no interest in investing in the school. Umar Johnson claimed to the IRS in 2020 that he had close to $600,000. And by 2022, because we don't have access to his 2021 taxes, we don't actually know where that money is being spent. Before we can get to the teachers and the, dietitians and the principals and anything else in the school, we must have the school open. It's very clear that Umar Johnson has no interest in doing that. So I hope that answered your question. What a marvelous... Umar a scammer, okay? Let's just call it a spade a spade. Come on now. Yeah, this video got taken down and I can't remember where I put it. Somebody said they want to see Darius Cooks. Let's see if I can find it. Did I do Darius before? Oh, here it is. What was this? Part 3 of what? What was that? What series was this? Oh, that was Beyoncé. Oh yeah, here it is. Part 2. So before we can even get into the story of Darius Cooks, let's talk about where's part 1? Because they're out of order because these lunatic women kept mass reporting his videos. So I had to make them, but they're out of order. I can't even remember where part 1 is. I don't even know if I have a part 1 of Darius Cooks. That's part 3. This is part 2. Is this the first part? Women who are in charge of actually part 2. Part 2. I can't remember. Fuck. I think part 1 got taken down and I think I lost it. I think it was just an intro, kind of like this Umar. I'm pretty sure it was an intro. So let's just start here. Corey, part 2. So before we can even get into the story of Darius Cooks, let's talk about the 3 prominent chefs who actually exposed him. So the first chef seen here is actually Angela Davis. She goes by the name Kitchenista, and you can actually check her out on Instagram. The second chef seen here is actually Sunny Anderson, and she's a prominent chef on Food Network. The third chef is actually remaining anonymous, but they are a prominent pastry chef. So back in the fall of 2014, the Kitchenista and the anonymous chef actually had a Twitter thread about Darius. In that Twitter thread, the Kitchenista states, I made the mistake of clicking to see that very same cupcake recipe, got distracted by the awful chunks of steak. Terrible. The anonymous pastry chef stated, what he does to protein is actually absurd. The Kitchenista replies, everything feels so hastily thrown together, everything, from the recipes to his website. The pastry chef states, this is why I hate being associated with people who food hustle. And the caption below, Darius actually states, I mean, the hate continues. I'm done posting about this. Come on, we got to do better. We got to do better. The thread actually continues with the anonymous pastry chef stating, all of this is sloppy. I don't care if your ingredients are budget. You don't treat food like that and call yourself a teacher. The chef continues and says, it's really bad. Like, look at the grease on the liner. Look at it. The Kitchenista goes on and says, shaking my head, those are canned peaches with syrup too, huh? I can't. The Kitchenista finishes the thread and states, and you already know how sickeningly sweet it is. I can't. The mac and cheese video just took me out. After this Twitter thread erupted, now we're going to fast forward into 2020.
Controversy. I hope in the near future he is not able to gain revenue from ads on YouTube from this, and then also use it as a way to substantiate himself in a business where we see he has
Now, in that interview with KBS2 Atlanta, Sunny actually sits down and discusses the problematic behaviors that was witnessed by herself and Food Network. Those issues actually had to deal with Darius closing 3 of his prominent restaurants and being sued by the state of Georgia. The lawsuit with the state of Georgia had to do with him starting a credit repair business, which apparently is illegal in Georgia. And even though Sunny was sounding the alarm, no one actually paid attention. Part 3. Don't worry, part 2. So before we can even get into the story, say less. So we last left off where Sunny did that interview with WBS TV Atlanta. And in 2020, Darius was actually closing all of his restaurants in the Atlanta and Chicago area because of health code violations and being sued by the state of Georgia. Now, although that story didn't make as much traction as it should have, let me show you exactly where everything went up in smoke. In the summer of 2021, one of Darius's recipes actually went viral. The tweet sent out by this user called Old Soul says, "Can't sleep and have been watching every one of this man's videos. Now I'm hungry at 1 a.m. What exactly is the recipe that went viral for Darius?
Pot cloves of garlic that I sliced. We deglaze with some red wine. On top of the smoked turkey, we now add some of the whipped ricotta.
Gross. Now, that recipe was a rendition of some Southern cooking, smoked turkey, and collard greens with a lasagna-style setting. Now, of course, everybody was flaming him in the comment section, but pay very close attention to this next tweet I'm about to show you. So in the comment section of that viral video of Darius Cooks, a user named Addy Daddy actually put this tweet here. It states, "I ain't gonna say it looks good, but his restaurant closed due to mental health and financial issues." Now, because of that tweet, it actually caused Angela, the kitchenista, to speak up one more time. In this very long Instagram caption, which I'm going to read to you, this is what Angela states. "I'll never get tired of lasagna from scratch. Is it work? Yeah, but the end results are always worth it. When you take time to practice, splurge on the best ingredients, and don't skip steps." This was a slow-cooked sausage and beef sauce, fresh duck egg pasta, bechamel, and other ingredients. Now here's where Miss Angela gets messy. She states, "Now that we've established some of us who actually know what we're doing, tell your boy Darius Cooks to keep my name out his mouth. Last time I checked, my countertops and duck fat ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you put out trash lasagna recipe that went viral for all the wrong reasons. And in true form, you picked another Black woman to make the target of your jokes and the shade, to distract your audience from the fact that you're wasting their time and hard-earned money on BS. Keep running to Facebook to lie about praying for people seconds after you hop on IG to talk about people being a millionaire." Angela goes on to state that Darius actually stole a chorizo and shrimp burger recipe from Lady and Pups. Angela finishes the thread and says, "A man who shuts down 3 restaurants with no notice and was too busy going live to let his staff go in person. This restaurant owner has several Better Business Bureau complaints, screenshotted conversations from customers being messy and abusive, and Sunny tried to ring the alarm last year. It is beyond time the community holds you responsible." Part 4. Part 3? Say less. So we last left off. I got you. So before we begin, TikTok took down part 2. I re-recorded it, so it's up. So we last left off where Angela had that entirely too long Instagram thread, right? And she was basically talking about how he really does have some illegal dealings going on surrounding his name. Angela actually took to Instagram Live, and in a 45-minute 2-part series, she actually takes a deep dive into his allegation. So we're going to watch a tiny little snippet of it.
Oh, and this one is a bounce check. So the story behind this is that it was a designer, a Black woman-owned design firm, and she worked for Greens and Gravy. And allegedly, I have to be careful, I have to say allegedly, right? Allegedly, she gave him a lower price because he promised her like exposure and he could, she would get extra work. So she was already charging him less than she would have. And then he bounced $4,000 in checks and waited a year to pay her back. And she had to go and file. And he paid her back, I guess, right before the court date, because there's a court date on record, and it said it was dismissed because apparently she had been paid finally after a year, and it affected her business. It's just, these are small business owners. These are not rich people that he's scamming. These are regular, like, working class people that he's scamming. So I think when you look at multiple lawsuits, 2 different states, these are all hitting from, it looks like, about from the end of last year to this year. And then you go and consider, and we can play these back to back in another video. When you go and look at his videos during that time, and he's talking about being a millionaire, he's talking about all this money he has, and the restaurants are good. I don't know, something's not really adding up when you can't pay your bills when the restaurant's closed.
So the moment that Angela actually released that 2-part 45-minute series, it actually took off on Twitter. And that's when the hashtag Darius Cooks was born. So you got to thank Sunny for sounding the alarm early. You have to thank Angela for doing the deep diving and having herself as a point of contact for people who have been wronged by him. And you just have to appreciate the pastry chef. Although they remained anonymous, they did some due diligence in helping Angela and Sunny release this story. And so there you have it. Everything from now that you hear about Darius Cooks is quite relevant, but I'm glad we were able to tell the story about the 3 women who took charge of the entire situation. And if you find yourself coming across Darius Cooks in the future, run. I got Okay, I forgot what story somebody said they wanted to see. Oh, child. This story is so crazy. Let's just start from the beginning, okay? I don't even know how to preface this, so here we go.
Bitches, and guess what? Today, you're one of those bitches.
So if you don't know who that actress was, it's actually Jill Marie Jones. And that sitcom that she was performing on was actually a syndicated show called Girlfriends. But that's not the reason why we're making this story. The reason for the story is because Jill Marie Jones happens to be the most mysterious woman in all of Hollywood history. Yes, I said mysterious. So Jill Marie Jones was born January 4th, 1975, and that's kind of where the mystery begins. According to the snippet that I pulled from Wikipedia, it states here that Jill's father is Italian while her mother is African. It also states that she has not provided detailed information regarding her parents, siblings, or her childhood. Why is that? It's not uncommon for a celebrity to keep their private lives private. And while they keep their private lives private, they're able to move quicker through Hollywood so that they can maintain some anonymity. But Jill is a little bit different. Now, this is where the story gets a little crazy. Now, in 2019, Jill actually posted a picture of her brother, and she stated in the caption, "Me and my bro, hashtag National Siblings Day." Now, again, Jill did not share her brother's name, and probably for good reason. What's more peculiar is that Jill posted the same exact photo of her brother 4 years prior. And in the caption, she states, "Hey, brother from the same mother. It's early, but I saw this pic of me and my brother and I wanted to share it. Sweet dreams, my loves, and good night." You're probably asking yourself, does Jill not own more than one photo of her brother? We don't actually know. And we don't actually know the nature of their relationship. Now, Jill goes again to post a picture of her father, Earl Lee Jones, who has passed away. And now you're probably asking, I thought her dad was Italian. Yeah, me too. Now, this brings us to part 2. And before I upload part 2, I have to preface this by saying all of the information that I'm posting is going to be alleged. All of it has to do with conspiracy theories, and all of it has to do with MK Ultra. Buckle up. Part 2 on Jill Marie Jones. And pay very close attention to what you are about to hear next.
Now, mind you, I told y'all, Jerwayne got an illegitimate daughter. She black. She mixed, but her skin tone is my color. But Jerwayne is her daddy. She got his last name.
Now, that individual making that video goes by the name of Up to the Challenge. And I'm going to post her name in the comments below. She's alleging that Jill Marie Jones's father is Gerald Wayne. And if you don't know who he is, let me show you a clip. This is Gerald Wayne Jones. He is the owner, president, and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. But you guys might know him as Jerry Jones. Now in this next clip, Up to the Challenge actually corroborates her story by laying down the groundwork of her connection to Gerald Wayne and the Dallas Cowboys.
Everybody know, I don't know if everybody know, but the Dallas Cowboys used to have training camp in Wichita Falls. So when the Dallas Cowboys used to have training camp in Wichita Falls, the Dallas Cowboys used to frequent a club called Graham Central Station.
So Up to the Challenge is actually making two claims in that last clip. She's stating that one, the Dallas Cowboys training camp was in Wichita Falls, Texas, and two, that they used to frequent a nightclub called Graham Central Station. And lucky for you, I found both. So this clip comes from 106.3 The Buzz, a radio station out of Wichita Falls, Texas. And right here in the caption, they state on their website, Throwback Thursday, when the Dallas Cowboys had training camp in Wichita Falls. Her second claim is that the Dallas Cowboys used to frequent a nightclub called Graham Central Station. And haha, I found it. Here's the website to Graham Central Station. It is currently closed. Up to the Challenge stated that it was a one-stop shop, and here you can see. This image, I was also able to find their Instagram page, and you can see that it was all kinds of people going for all different events, including karaoke, country, rap, rock, jazz, everything. Now, I have to preface this by saying this is alleged. Alleged. And yes, the story gets crazier, but I gotta post a part 3 because this is the part 2. I got you. So now that we're all thoroughly confused, let's try to make some sense out of this, okay? So Up to the Challenge is claiming to have been under MK Ultra's control. And in this next clip I'm going to play for you, she's going to actually explain what it was like.
Okay, so I didn't remember or whatever. So when you go through traumatic experiences, like I always tell y'all in a live, it's like you fragment out. But the thing about it is, when I broke that little piece of trauma off, I couldn't remember nothing and nobody before that trauma. That's where I messed myself up, playing tricks on myself, trying to not remember these harsh things that had happened.
Now, whether the story about Jill Marie Jones is true or not, Up to the Challenge's trauma is real, and she's expressing that in her videos. Now, back to the story. Now, Up to the Challenge is claiming that she was under MK Ultra, but she's also stating that so was Jill Marie Jones. So, trigger warning, the next clip discusses child grooming. So, again, it's all alleged.
Okay, so check game people play. We will go up there. They will give us ice cream. It's the Lions Club. It's the Lions Club. They will give us ice creams or whatever from McDonald's, or they'll have something where they had the horses up there. We get to ride the horses. After we ride the horses, we have to go up there. We get to parade around and be pretty in front of the town, but then we got to go upstairs up there. So this third, matter of fact, that's when we rode the horses and stuff. So we get to go upstairs. We go upstairs. We got to go up there. So one of the men pick her. So she sits up in his lap, and he say, "Hey, pretty girl, what's your name?" She said, "Jill Marie Jones." And they say, "What?" So the white lady came in there. She ran in there, and he was like, "My name's Jill Marie Jones." She they grabbed her. They rushed her out of there. I never really saw her again, so we got bigger.
So in the beginning of that clip, Up to the Challenge stated that she and Jill Marie Jones would have to go to the Lions Club in Wichita Falls, Texas. And I found it. Now here's the Facebook page to the Wichita Falls Lions Club. And according to Up to the Challenge, this is where the alleged child grooming occurred. I totally encourage you guys to go watch the rest of her series. She has a lot of stories, and you can take them with a grain of salt if you will. There are other videos where she's claiming that she would try out for different positions in modeling agencies or the Dallas Cowboys, and she would always get won out by Jill Marie. And we all know that Jill Marie Jones used to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. And this woman does not stop telling her stories, because according to her, she is the biological mother to NBA Youngboy. Yes, I know. I know the story is wild, but let me just give you my takes on it. The reason why I covered her story, well, first she blocked me, that lady, and I'm going to tell you why she blocked me. It was an accident. So when I was on TikTok back in January of last year, when I never made content, I actually stumbled upon Up to the Challenge's videos, and one day she was live, and she had like 1,000, maybe 2,000 people in her live video. And she had like not enough moderators. Okay. She had not enough moderators. So, I was commenting and I accidentally got blocked. Well, she used to have an Instagram page. She no longer has Instagram, or at least her old Instagram got deleted. So I had hit her up on Instagram, like, "Hey, I was in your TikTok live and I got banned. And I was like, I said, can you unblock me? She said, yeah, I'm, I apologize. I said, oh, I totally believe your story. I think there's merits to it. And she said, oh, no worry. And she didn't unblock me. So months later, when I started making content, I actually remembered that story. And I was like, I think I want to do a series on it because it's interesting. Turns out when I watched her full series, turns out a lot of the stuff, y'all, I was able to corroborate. So I'm not saying that I believe it or not, but a lot of the stuff she said, I was able to find. So I'm like, she's either got one hell of a memory or one hell of an imagination, or there might be some truth to what she's saying. And especially when it comes to the story about NBA Youngboy, you got to watch that series. I can't watch it because, again, I'm blocked. But y'all need to go watch her series because it just, you know what I mean? Like when she said, oh, Jill Marie Jones, I was like, oh, okay, she's crazy. But then when I started investigating Jill Marie Jones, you can't find nothing on her. And I was like, okay, it's one thing to be like, oh, Tracy Ellis Ross, and her mom was a hooker and da 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 da. And then you find out her mom's Diana Ross. You're like, oh, this lady's crazy. But when she said Jill Marie Jones, you guys, that's way too specific to. Do you know how astronomical it would be to just pick a random celebrity out of the thin blue sky and say that celebrity has a mysterious past and be accurate? It's way listen, I'm not saying what she's saying is true, but her accuracy on picking just the one random celebrity who has the most mysterious past that I've ever seen in my entire life, and being accurate about every single instance of their growing up and going to the Lions Club and both their mothers being hookers and da 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 da. Come on, man. You got, those are claims, like, right? That's the thing I'm telling you. When it comes to like small things that people would just kind of brush over, I find those things interesting. Turns out it's an incredible story. So I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying she's telling the truth. I'm saying every single thing she stated in that she did a 6-part series on Jill. It's not a 6-part series she just did 6 parts. Every single thing I was able to corroborate. Every single thing I was able to corroborate. Everything. So, take that with a grain of salt, if you will. And so, what's her name? Brittany Williams. I was asking you about who you're making a bunch of comments in the comment section, but I don't know if you answered anything. I don't know who you're referring to. Can you tell us who you're talking about in just one? Can you just tell us who you're talking about in one comment so we can be up to speed? Because you're talking about someone scammed you out of money, called the police. We don't know who you're referring to. You said crazy. What you said, crazy enough is that she may be telling the truth. It sounds so outlandish that most people wouldn't believe it. And she gives a good account of it. That's what I'm saying. Her account is too accurate for people to just not, you know what I mean? Because when I heard the story, I was like, okay, she's crazy. Then I started looking into it. Because when I was going to her comment section before I got blocked, people were like, the Lions Club went there. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. The Dallas Cowboys did have training camp in Wichita Falls. You know what I mean? All the things she said, people were like, you're lying. That nightclub never existed. The nightclub did exist. So she was just way too accurate. She was way too accurate. She said Grant Bay out of Florida. Hold on. Let me look that. Who is that? Grant Bay? Hold on, y'all. I'm going to look it up on my phone so I don't. Hold on one second. I'm looking it up. Grant Bay. Oh, so it looks like she looks like a consultant or something. Listen, anybody who's telling they're going to sell you a consulting services sounds like a scam. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to I'm just being pragmatic. Oh, someone has a website called Exposing Grant Bay. Oh, hold on. Let me look it up. You want we can look at it together, I guess. Hold on. Okay, what is this? Now what is this? What is what's her name be saying? Nene Leaks. Now what is this, honey? That cracks me up every time. Okay, hold on. I want to take the tab out. Can you guys still see the screen or no? Oh, you can. Can you guys still see the screen? I don't know if you can still see it or not, but I just want to be able to see myself on camera too. That's all. Okay, hold on now. Hold on. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Is it anybody that calls themselves Bay is questionable? Honey, you ain't said nothing but what y'all grannies be saying? Girl, you ain't said nothing but a word. Okay, let's look at this. Exposing Grant Bay, the Ponzi queen. Okay, Grant Bay. A Black Bernie Madoff. Do your own research? Call any of the promoted nonprofits on the Grant Bay site and ask them if they know of and have done any business with the bogus so-called grant writing expert. You'll see she's a big con, just like old Bernie. May have found the truth. Well, let me highlight this so you guys can see what I'm reading. I'm reading this. May have found the truth. Join the team when you do and sign the petition by clicking on the graphic below. Together we'll stop the deceit. Grant Bay from defrauding Black business owners and help get them their money back. So what is it that she does? Does she new site name scam, don't fall for it. That's her name, Trishiana's Lies. Fund your business with grant funding. You don't have to pay it back. Well, we know how grants work, ma'am. Okay. Fraud, don't waste your time with this money. She claims to be in support of minority businesses, but has taken so much money from unsuspecting victims who think they're, first of all, let me just make this abundantly clear before we finish reading this, okay? Let me make this abundantly clear to y'all. Grants are free. It doesn't matter where they come from. They usually come from, typically you want to trust the ones from the federal government, right? Under different subsidiaries, right? You can get them from the Department of Education, Department of Commerce, Department of Transportation. Every single department in the United States, except the White House, has a grant, okay? And this is from somebody who has an actual degree in political science. That would be me, okay? Grants are very, very, very easy to apply for. You can actually get a grant template on Google for free. I know this because when I was working as a volunteer for the the U.S. Department for like grants for the libraries across the nation. I forget what it's called, but it's a federal government subsidiary that focuses on local libraries who apply for grants. That's all local libraries do. I don't know if you guys know this, but local libraries are funded whole in part by the federal and state governments. And so all libraries do all day is apply for grants. So any library you go to usually has one or two grant writers there who just who come in 9 to 5 applying for grants. So I would take all those grants, read them, and approve them or deny them. Everyone used the same template. Some of them looked a little bit different, but for the most part, 95% of the time, all of their templates look the same. And that's just what they do. It's just a template. And so you can, if you need a grant, you don't have to pay anyone. You just look for grant template, just Google a grant template. And depending on where you're applying for that grant from, right, you just go to the federal government's website. You just type in, let's say you have a small business loan. You type in small business federal grant. Just Google that. And a billion different links will show up. As long as they say .gov, you're golden. You can charge someone to write their grant for them, but you don't have to really pay a grant writer because the templates are just, you just fill it in. All the federal government wants to know is how much money do you need and what are you going to do with it? They don't ask for these. I mean, grant writing is so different. It's not what it used to be 25 years ago where you had to write these 400-page dissertations on how you are the most, virtuous person to be bestowed this money. You don't have to do that anymore. The federal government literally has money set aside to just throw it at you. And if you're either going to get it or you're not, it's really a lottery. So anybody who's saying they'll charge you for grant writing now is a scam. Anybody who said they were going to charge you for grant writing 25 years ago, they were probably legitimate because you did. I've seen grants from the 90s, you guys. I promise you, they were about that thick, and it had to be literally written by PhD students because that's how the federal government wanted it. They wanted to make sure you were the most virtuous person to be getting grant money. They were not giving grant money to just, Bobs and Karens. So, but now the federal government, because they have such a slew of money and because they've used 20 years of denying so many people grants, there's like, this money has to go. So anybody who's saying now, currently in 2022, saying that they pay them to write your grants, it's a straight up scam. Okay. Straight up scam. Hold on one second. I'm waiting for a message and I'm just not getting it. Okay. So yeah, so this lady, I already tell you right now, she's a scam. You said apparently she scams. Tells people she can help get them grants and takes their money. Yeah, because grant writing is the easiest thing you can do. It's a literal template. I've seen them. I actually have, if you like, I can actually email you what a grant template looks like, and I can actually show you what a successful grant written looks like. I have a ton of them from when I volunteered for the I forget what the name of the department is called, but it's just the federal government's department where they handle grants for the libraries. That's it. And people will grants all the time. We got grants from the Navajo Nation. They have public libraries on the reservation, and they want to do, like, during COVID, they needed $250,000 to buy mobile vans because they wanted to offer library services door to door, for people who wanted to return their books but were afraid of COVID. And they also wanted to do food delivery services for the seniors. So I approved that grant like that. I was like, oh yeah, they needed 5 Sprinter vans, and they wanted to have them suited up with antennas so they can park them in the specific neighborhoods on the reservations and people can get free Wi-Fi. So they had a really great grant, and it was the same template that another grant who only needed $50,000, and then another grant only needed $10,000, and they used the same template. It's the same thing, right? It's nothing but what it is you want to do with the money, which is one paragraph. The federal government asks for one paragraph. Then they ask, what are you going to do with the money? And then they ask for you to line it up. So if you wanted to get a grant to buy local kids hotspots and laptops, all you have to do is just tell the federal government how much the hotspots are. Tell the federal government how you're going to power those hotspots. Like, oh, okay, it's a 2-year service for $60 per hotspot, and then tell them how many PCs you want it, and then you just line item it. That's it. It's like a grocery list, and then you just tally it up at the bottom, and then you tell the federal government who's going to be the bestower of that fund. Like, so let's say you have the person in your office who handles all the money, right? The CFO. CFO is going to handle all the money. That's all the federal government want. I promise you, it's not that difficult. It's the easiest thing. And I approved every single grant that came in except one. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't approve it. So let me close this screen. Let me tell you why I didn't approve this grant from this. And it's so funny too, because I went to college in Chicago, and the library was in Downers Grove, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago. I didn't approve the grant because no. Absolutely not. So first of all, the library is in Downers Grove, which is a pretty prominent, wealthy neighborhood. The second thing is they said that they wanted to buy hotspots for the local kids because during the time it was COVID and kids needed to be able to stay at the library for longer hours in order to be able to get their homework done, right? That makes sense. So page 1, the grant was looking beautiful. I said, well, that's unusual because the first thing I did think was, well, this is Downers Grove and it's in a prominent suburb. So why would they need a grant? That's the first thing I thought. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, that seems problematic. But I kept reading and I was like, okay, well, they're talking about branching out. They want to expand the library so that they can help inner city kids who may find their way to Downers Grove, and they can, use hotspots and things like that. I didn't question it. We get to page 2. Right? Because page 2 has to match page 1. Page 2 is discussing what it is you're going to use with that money, and you're line iteming what it is. Now, the first page said they wanted to get hotspots and netbooks, right? Those Chromebooks. We get to page 2. They said they needed 5 iMacs and 5 MacBook Pros. That's 10 computers. They said they needed 10 computers, 5 iMacs, the desktops, and 5 MacBook Pros. So then I thought, well, that's unusual. I don't know if I would trust a kid with a MacBook Pro, let alone a MacBook, an iMac. I said, but if the kids are using it if the kids are using it at the library, no harm, no foul. Then we get to the third page and they discuss, because we needed to revamp the office. We needed to revamp the office and the staff and librarians need new iMacs. I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me. What? So you wrote out an entire grant from the federal government. I'm reading every single grant from all these different inner city libraries. I'm reading them from 5 different Native American reservations who needed, they want to do like a library / Meals on Wheels, book return service. Another inner city library wanted to expand. They wanted $1 million grant and I approved it. They wanted $1 million grant so they can expand the library, and they wanted to add their own radio towers on top of the library so that they don't have to pay for Cox Communication. They wanted their own internet service for the neighborhood. So they wanted to make the entire neighborhood wireless. And that was $1 million grant. And I approved it. I said, approved. She's talking about MacBooks for the staff. I said, denied. And then when I denied it, I wrote a really, really, really long email to not only the other grant reviewers, but to her directly, because you can write letters, you can write emails to them directly. And so once you complete your review, she gets the grant back, right? She gets her grant back, a copy of it, and as to why it was denied. And I told her right to her face. I said, you got to be kidding me. And then I just did a little bit of research. I said, Downers Grove is one of the most prominent neighborhoods in the Chicagoland area. And you attempted to defraud the federal government by lying and saying what you were going to do, when in actuality, you were just looking for new equipment for you and your staff. And then you decided to end the grant with a giant blown up picture of yourself, which I found completely disingenuous and disgusting, that you would include a picture of yourself, like showing a picture of a white woman was going to get you this grant faster, when no other grants included images of anything, because you don't have to. It's unheard of to include a picture of yourself in a grant. So the head of the library included a headshot of herself, like a photo of a professionally done headshot of herself. It was the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen, and they just thought the government will give it. Child, I read her for filth in that grant review. I read her for filth. And I said, I would be very concerned about you remaining as the head of that library and maintaining that library when you attempted to defraud the federal government by using inner city children of Chicago, knowing that none of the equipment that you were looking to buy was going to go to kids at all. Child. Ooh. When I found out, when the review process was done, they said, we read your recommendation and we went ahead and denied her the grant. Yeah, you better deny her that grant, because that shit gets on my nerves. I was like, I don't know who else. I didn't meet the other grant reviewers because, I did it from home. But I was just like, that was the most disgusting thing I'd had ever seen. And I don't know if it's in this. No, it's in this computer here. It's in this computer here. I actually saved her grant. I saved it because I was so beyond disgusted by it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Go defraud another government. Not this one, and doing it and the part that made me really sick was that she was using inner city, because the term that they kept saying was inner city youth. Knowing Downers Grove is nowhere near the hood of Chicago, Not on my watch. So not the camera. Girl, put her headshot in the grant like that was going to do something. Listen, her grant was like 6 or 7 pages, and the last page was a picture of her. So when I went back to the other grants, after I had completed them and closed them out, I went back to them and I went to the bottom page. I was like, maybe that's customary to put a picture of the school or the administrators into the grant. No one did that. She was the only one who did that. So she was trying the audacity for me. She was trying to use her whiteness to get that grant. She's trying to get you. look, it's a white lady of the library. You should give me the money. No, you're not getting the money. It felt like a stick up, to be honest with you guys. It felt like a stick up. You said, right, aren't they letting inner city kids in who is she kidding? That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure not one Black or Latino kid has ever made it to the Downers Grove Public Library of Chicago, because it's south of Chicago. And I know because I lived in the same area. Is it heavy on the scamming? Heavy on the scamming. Heavy on the scamming. Heavy on the scamming. Heavy on the scamming, honey. Get out of here. Get out of here. That made me so mad. Yeah, that made me so mad. I cannot believe her. She gonna put her headshot in the grant thinking it was gonna get her the grant. No, you know what would have got you the grant? Not lying about why you needed the grant. You could have simply said, my staff need new equipment. That's all you had to say. But you tried to lie and say it was for inner city kids and that you were going to get them hotspots and netbooks. By the time you got to the bottom of her grant, where she had to line item everything that she needed, it said 5 MacBook Pros and 5 iMacs. Because I was sitting there thinking, like, even as a rational being, I said, I would never give a kid a MacBook to use. And then she never included the hotspots. She never said anything. She started off saying, we want to get them hotspots and netbooks. By the time you got to the bottom, it started talking about staff and offices. I was like, oh no, honey. No. You tax Downers Grove enough to y'all can pay for those. You can pay for those. You don't need us. You don't need the federal government. Okay. Any PPP loan stories? No, I did it as a grant reviewer. It was volunteer work. Actually, I don't know why I never put that on my resume. Like, I volunteered for the federal government and it sucked. It didn't actually suck. They pay you $300. Child, not a hot spot to be found, because they don't need a hot spot. They was never going to let them kids touch those computers. I promise you. Scouts honor. They were never going to let those, listen, even the white kids in the neighborhood weren't going to touch those MacBooks. I promise you that. I promise you. I all my life, I promise you, those kids would have never seen those computers. The baby, the story, something else, child. I'm telling you. You said, well, Grant Bay basically said she do it all. Yeah, she sounded like a scam, honey. And I'm really sorry that she took your money. Did you ever try to sue her or anything? I don't know. Have you considered it? Have you considered trying to sue her? Y'all, we've been on live for 2.5 hours. Y'all know I got a life. Y'all don't think I want to get some rest? No, Steph. No, Steph, don't get no rest. This man did not call me. We're going to talk about that. Okay? This man did not call me, y'all. He better be, I'm telling you, he better be DEAD. Those matches going home with her child. No, she said she had to tell the truth at the end. She's like, it was for her staff. That's what it was for. It was for the librarians at their desks. And probably the MacBooks were for the staff in the back. Those kids in their little oily hands were not going to be touching those MacBooks. You said, don't say that. Well, there's something. Well, hold on. Let me check something. Not the shade room leaving one of our nosy bystanders on red. That is hilarious. It's sad, but it's hilarious. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to catch up on I'm trying to see if some of these people who I reached out to finish the shade room story. Hold on now. Hold on. Can you see mine? Wow, that's so weird. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hold on, y'all. I got to send an angry text. What is the dealio? Ooh, child, the ghetto. Mm, mm. You said the other staff probably didn't even have a clue she was trying to get that grant. No, no, you guys, libraries have grant writers. The grant writers knew. The grant writers knew. Trust me, they all knew. They all knew. They all knew, honey. Um, they all knew. You said everyone in here from Kansas City and can give a real, not police summary of the pregnant lady who was what? I'm not from. Ain't nobody here from Kansas City. At least I'm not. I don't know. Is she all right? Just bougie. You said poor guy in the hospital probably fighting for his life. He ought to be. You said maybe he took a Benadryl. The weather is weird lately. Y'all something else. All here giving these men excuses. Just ghetto. Can you see? Can you see my text messages in my reflection? No, you can't. You could if I zoomed in close enough, but you can't see them. Oh. Okay, hold on. I mean, like, flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. You see, he could get 24 hours of silence right back. What's up, Sherry? What you doing in here? Sherry, get the hell out of here. I don't know what he doing, but it makes me want to break stuff. My stuff. Ooh. But it is late, y'all. You said I've been in here. You been in here? Since when? I didn't even see you in here, girl. Okay, well, y'all, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm tired. We've been up for 2 hours and 30 minutes. We ain't been doing nothing. As usual. I'm waiting on T, just like y'all. He owes you an apology. Yep. I ain't talked to him since noon. It's 9 o'clock here. I haven't talked to him since noon. It's 9 o'clock. So yeah. So I'm gonna go lay down. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll post part 4 here first, then TikTok. And then actually I'll probably post them together. So you'll see them on one of these places. We should pull it up hours ago. Never your stuff, sis. Girl, it's just stuff. You can always replace it. Okay, so I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm tired as all right. I'll see y'all later. Okay.